On today's show, we'll be talking on Delta economy. The entire program will be basically based on the reactions and the views of citizens, let's put it residents within Delta states, all the cities in Delta state and its metropolis. On today's show, I have an honorable guest, one dear to my heart, Mr. Ukane, an agriculturist, an economist, let's put it this way, an agric economist. I think that's how the certified people are called. He's a certified business coach, a financial advisor. He's the founder of Shuvak Agri Services. Am I correct?
Yes, Shuvak Agri Services.
Agro Services. Thank you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
It's nice to have you, Afraid.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And it's very exciting and nice to see an indigene of the state, one that has gone into business and is doing well as an entrepreneur. What pushed you there?
Well, I would say just passion.
Passion.
Passion for a change. You know, like when I was small, I didn't really like going to the market for two major reasons. I don't know how to negotiate for products. And second reason was that my feet, they are yellow. And then because we're used to slippers at the time, the market area was messy. And I usually don't like that two lines, on those pebbles on my feet. So when they send me to the market, I don't want to go. And I was always telling them that one day when I grow up, I'm going to build a market that has AC. Because we have one big AC in our house at the time that we're not using. So I said I'm going to build market and I'm going to put AC inside the market and all of that. So from there, I think I just picked interest in entrepreneurship generally.
That's nice. What do your business do?
So we are an agro consulting firm that we solve four basic problems. We solve access to market problems, which is any form of agricultural business, we try to link the producer or the farmers to a ready market. And another problem we solve is access to finance.
Okay. Your clients, are they within Warri and its environment? Do you have clients from this environment?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Yes. I have clients across the states generally and even beyond. So basically NGOs, international NGOs, I wouldn't want to mention names.
Yeah.
They hire me and then I get to educate farmers, one. I get to link them to finance, two. I get to link them to
Let me cut you there. It's farming is successful. This is an oil producing state, right? It's farming is successful business here.
I would want to say yes, especially fish farming. This is like a home to fish farming because we are surrounded by fresh water. So catfish generally is doing very well in the other states. And you see a lot of people coming into the business and going out.
We'll get back to that. Thank you. We'll get back to it. Why I asked you this is there's been a myth or this view beyond Delta states that Delta is a violent area, especially when you call Warri. If you're a bit reasonable, rational, and you say, I reside in Delta, I do business in Delta, the first thing that comes to the mind of those who are beyond the state border is that you are either somewhere around Asaba, just somewhere close to Onitsha.
Right.
Just be very safe. So the only town close to Asaba, Onitsha, we know, it's Asaba. Right. So they ask, even after telling, I've met people over the years, I say, where do you reside? I say Warri. Or it's Efun rather, but Warri is the most popular town. So I reside in Efun. And you ask, they look at you and they ask Efun, okay, which place is Efun? You say Warri. They ask you the next day, sure you say you live at Asaba. You correct the next month, you live at Asaba, right? Or how is Asaba?
Right.
That has been because there's this orientation or this myth that this state, this area is very violent. It's not welcoming.
Right.
We have lots of young people. Our governments are very nice. They've told us that we should all go to look for how we can help the state, how we can help the country, not how the country could do something for us on a milder note. Lots of people are thinking of going into this entrepreneurial aspects, yes, the journey. And for a young person, those who are even planning, Lagos is very, very jam-packed. And that's not the only place to succeed. But you don't count Delta State as a place for investors.
Right.
It just seems when we hear on the media and others, we hear investors are moving out. And you're telling me you are here and you are doing well here. For all those who would want to take this path, give us a little view into the kind of businesses that you, as someone who has been here and it's part of your field as a consultant, could advise them areas they could look at if you want to venture here. Then in the line, maybe we'll talk on the challenges that they may expect to face.
Okay. So
First of all, please, is it really true that this place is a completely violent place?
it's not. It's not true. It's not true. So at some point, Warri had their own challenges in crisis, communal crisis, where there was disagreement between tribes, and that went a long way into shaping our culture. And people started seeing Warri from a different light, that there's a crisis in Warri. Another thing that gave us that image really came from comedy. And I'm not trying to throw shades at anybody, but you see that at some point, Warri was the home of comedy, and almost all the big brands from comedy came from this town. And when they talk about Warri on the media, they project Warri in a certain light that people think that, oh, more. If you go to Warri, they will slap your ear and collect your phone. They will do A, B, and C, and all of them are violent things, right? So that was what shaped the perception of people about Warri. And sometimes when you hear news about something, you don't get to stay or wait to hear the updates about that thing, right? So for a bit in the 1999 crisis, which is like over 2 decades, right, Warri was a violent place. But right now, you can't define Warri by the 1999 crisis, because honestly, you have seen Warri. Warri is a very peaceful place, very diverse place, and it's very welcoming.
Very welcoming.
Yeah.
So it's a place where you could raise kids, you could do businesses, you could.
A lot. There are a lot of great businesses here. There are a lot of great children that are being raised in Warri. A lot of great families. A lot of great institutions, churches, you name it. So I think Warri is a very nice.
This is coming from the mouth of someone who has been here, seen it, tasted it, done that. Let's move on. If someone wants to get into any form of business here, could you list out areas of priorities, like the kinds of businesses you could get into, kinds of investments you could think of, maybe for a retiree, for a young person? You could just touch them one after the other.
So normally the right answer to this kind of question would be, I would just say 5 things you must do, right? Or 10 things you must do. But I'm not going to take that route. I'm going to say entrepreneurship is better out of problems. So where there are multiple problems or diverse problems, the person who is bringing in the value by providing solution to those problems, he gets a reward of value, which is money, back for solving those problems, right? And the perception for where I want to take it from is that people are different. My approach to solving a fashion design problem will not be your approach to solving a fashion design problem. So entrepreneurship really begins with the person.
Okay.
What is your strength? What is your ability? What can you do? How do you see things? Everything we're doing today were sold to us by people. They sold the kind of clothes we wear to us. You see that trends are always coming up in every generation. Trends in fashion, trends in music, trends in business, even internet, social media. These trends are vetted by people who are just thinking differently. Their approach to things are different. So if you talk about entrepreneurship, just start from the individual. What is your strength? What is your ability? What is your experience in life? And then that individual can begin to look at all the problems that is surrounding him or her to say, okay, I see that we have iron problem in our water. I want to create a distilling plant that is producing pure water. I don't know if you get, or bottled water, or a cleaner version of water that is going to help us increase our lifespan. It is going to also nourish our body, or an alkaline water, something like that. So when you look at your environment, the first thing that you should be looking at are the problems. But usually, as Nigerians, we are wired to think that the problem is the limitation, whereas the problem is the opportunity.
We do usually follow businesses that are successful. Like if you're into a chip making business, not the chips you use
Right.
for systems, the one you eat, like for
Okay,
potato
yeah.
chips and all that.
Yeah.
If my friend, you started with catfish has been successful here.
Yeah.
If I had seen this Mr. B invest in catfish, I'll look at, I can invest in this too. It's a safe line.
Right.
So what I'm asking is, I know that those are the mentalities one ought to have, but are people constrain themselves with finance? Sometimes you get these loans. You don't want to, you know, every business has a potential risk of failure.
Right.
You don't want to dive into something that you've not seen people do before,
Right.
unless you are very, very comfortable,
Right.
or you are a very good, you know, like the Aristotle kinds. We have them in the country, I agree with you. But majority of us would like to venture into something. This expert has said this line is likely to succeed. This line is likely to succeed. These lines, we have people already investing in it. It's not yet saturated. It's a good place.
Right.
Give my viewers some of those lines.
All right. So let me just identify some of them.
Yes.
So I want to start from the potential, right? You know, every state. If, for example, I want to buy land, the first thing I'll do is to get land for investment purpose.
Yeah.
The first thing I'll do is to get the data from Ministry of Lands and Survey to see the urban planning of the state and to see where major industries, companies, and all of that are proposed to be set up or
Yes.
planted in the state, right? That can give me an idea of the particular location that is likely to increase in price over the next 10 years, 5 years, 15 years. So I want to start with that mentality, that approach, the potential of the state. So Delta State has a very massive potential. We have international airport, we have a seaport, we have refinery potentials, we have modular refineries that may also come up potentially. We have vast land. Delta is bigger than Ogun State, right? And you see a lot of industries going to Ogun State because of nearness to Lagos and nearness to ports, right? So we have vast land. We have different metropolitan cities. You have the Warri, Saple, Ugele, Agbo. You know, there is diversity, and these places are sort of developed compared to some states where after the state capital, there
Yes,
is maybe just one or no other place that anything is happening relatively, right? So if I want to recommend some sectors, I will start from one, tech. In the tech sector, we do not really have skilled people in Warri. Skilled people who can deliver a quality job as you would have anywhere else in the world. So I don't want to even use Lagos as a competition. I want to use anywhere in the world, because the person who is designing a tech software and app, whatever it is, in China, is not even bothered about the person living in Warri. He's just designing a world-class project, right, that can solve problems for the world. So it is the same thing. In Warri here, we need the tech sector is struggling. I want to say it's even a virgin sector. And I observe a trend there where if you see anybody who's playing in that sector and that person is good, you'll find out that somebody from Lagos, somewhere in the nation, or even in the diaspora, they just pick them and they take them there, and then they develop more and they sell their skills to people, right? So that sector is still largely underdeveloped. Number two, the health sector. Health sector, as we know, we don't have enough doctors to patients ratio, right? So we need to have a lot of specialists who are handling ear, for example, who are handling nose, for ear and nose, they're together, right? Ear and nose, for example, dentists, you know, eye care. This is because as a parent, I observe that children face a lot of challenges and we don't get to meet enough qualified doctor who have equipment, experience, and all of that to thrive in Delta State. So I feel like that sector also is also a very good sector to tap into. Agriculture, in fact, agriculture has multiple opportunities, right, in Delta because we have very great diversity and a lot of crops and livestock can thrive very well in Delta, including the cattle that is causing problems
Really?
everywhere. Yes, they can. If not, you will not see the Fulani bringing, cattle and cow here. So I feel like that cattle industry, the trypanosomiasis, they said, fly infestation.
Yeah.
If we had that, we would have, in fact, we would have seen it all over the media, and you wouldn't have had too many bad news about Fulani herdsmen and
Yeah.
all the things that they are doing in our rural areas. So I think that our beef consumption is high in the country as a whole. You have Lagos State, you have some few other states, but Delta State is also a high consumer of beef, and we are not doing enough as a people to domesticate cattle ranch here and to just add some level of technology and all of that, even though we relatively have high level of raw material like the grass that they consume, here and water. Another sector I want to look at is real estate. Real estate is massive, right? But real estate is one of the sectors that can do very well in Delta State if they organize it. If the investor is creative about it. Right now, I want to say that we have a lot of houses that are not so habitable, but people are forced to stay in those houses, and people are not being given opportunity to even own the houses themselves. So, if an investor who has access to funds and they are thinking long term, they can create a small housing scheme, and somebody who is a teacher, somebody who is a civil servant, somebody who is just earning maybe around 200,000, 150,000, they can pay for their own accommodation for a long time.
Like a mortgage scheme.
Like a mortgage scheme, yes. And you see that it will solve a lot of problems for a lot of people who consider housing and accommodation a challenge. So I feel like almost everything in Delta State is an opportunity potentially until somebody unlocks it.
Thank you very much. Before we continue, we'll go on a short break. Remain with us. We'll come back soon.
Are you a client in need of top-notch freelancers? WAFFI Network is your go-to platform. You need a web developer, graphic designer, content writer, or marketing expert. We've got you covered. Quality assurance. We meticulously screen our freelancers to ensure they meet our high standards of excellence. You'll find top-tier professionals who are passionate about delivering outstanding results. Our user-friendly interface makes it easy for you to communicate, share files, and track project progress, ensuring your vision is translated flawlessly into reality. Secure and reliable, our platform provides a safe environment for transaction, timely delivery. With WAFFI Network, you can trust that your project will be completed within the agreed upon time frame. Thousands of freelancers across various industries. You will have the freedom to find the perfect match for your project. Join WAFFI Network today as a client and unlock a world of possibilities. Visit www.waffinetwork.com to get started.
Welcome back to Delta and Discourse. Still on the show, I'm still with Mr. Alfred Ukane, our agro-economist or a Greek economist. Yes, he was telling us about potential areas we could invest in as investors, as business people. Thank you for giving us a summary of the areas that potentials we have within the states. These places are big places for big businesses.
Right.
You talk on health, you have to be a medical practitioner. You go to school for certain number of time.
Yes.
Let's come down home. You know, say some of us not truly go to school well.
Right.
This is WAFFI TV. Allow me to use. Some of us not truly go to school well. And then some of us get side hustle. Maybe I know one politician, somehow he dash me some kind money. I look for what I go do when go add value. May I come off for streets?
Right.
Because I they listen to you. What is you talk now for people who don't go university, we get where ground hole.
Yes.
Talk to me. as your fellow WAFFI person.
But let me start from someone who does not have money. Person when who get any money at all at all. So for someone who does not have
Not just not get money, you still remember say some of us know they highly educated,
yes.
semi-educated.
So in fact, if you recall, if you remember, I say first before you when you talk about entrepreneurship,
Yes.
focus on the individual and the problem the individual is solving, right? So if we focus on the individual, I talk about the strength of the individual. So other people for big Oyibo, they will call it demography. They say what to be age, what to be education level, what to be in sex, how much be this person income, and all of those things. Even the person experience, what to be the person experience for life, academically, socially, politically, and otherwise. So for example, maybe I be fresh graduate and I be teacher, right? And for now only that teaching they feel they give me something to eat. And guess what? The thing will look like side hustle at the beginning. It will look like say nothing they happen because the person will need to be building contact, will need to be make sure say in social media followers will increase and all of those things. But at the end of the day, this very thing when we talk like play aside also, if it can become the main also, because at the end of the day, if they give her more money past how him the thing before. Another thing where somebody feels you feel the
My people, before I continue, that one they call middleman.
Yes.
Where they do middleman job.
yes. So when you don't get money, but you just get one small work where you dey do, if you do middleman for anything at all, just name it. Whether not for people where they sell fish, if you do middleman. Whether not for land, people where they sell land agency, if you do middleman. Whether not for what do they call it? Whether not for equipment, electronics, anything, clothes. You will see a lot of WhatsApp CEOs, people they sell perfumes, where they sell clothes. Some of them are only pictures of the item they get. But when you pay money, they will go to the normal place, go bring her. Then when they go that normal place, go bring her, they will supply to the owner and collect their commission. Right? So this one are for people when you get money or when you get better money to start, but they are fairly educated. So they understand when we say social media, them they understand what social media means. They even don't get Facebook account, Twitter account, Instagram account, WhatsApp, and all of those things. So people when you get money, if you decide to build a side hustle, where if you become their full hustle from that line. But if you get small money and you are thinking that okay, maybe your time they tied to a particular job. So you look at somebody where they work, your time they tied to a particular job. What else can you do? So depend on the amount of money. But one of the things where they recommend that trading of fast moving commodities.
Okay.
Trading of
fast moving commodities.
Yes. Talking again. Trading of fast moving commodities.
What did that one mean?
So fast moving commodities are things where they sell very fast.
Okay.
Where they sell very fast. If you do them, if you bring them now, they will buy them for traffic, they will buy them for house, they will buy them for people.
The kind of thing when you feel hawk.
Yes, they feel hawk they feel sell them for store, and different places. So one of those things, for example, if you be say maybe you strike a deal with somebody who already sell for traffic and you supply the person drink, especially if you know the person reach out, you supply the person drink. The person don't get money to invest in the business, but it's just they sell on traffic, and then now you supply and drink. Then at the end of the day, the person will pay you.
After I sell finish,
you bring her. So you don't really involve your time, but you deal with something where they trust.
Yes.
Every business get risk, including this one.
Yes.
So no go give somebody where be say if they carry your product finish, they go wrong with them. You need somebody where be say they already did into the business before, but you just identify say this person is struggle and you know and reach out, right? So that one are one of the things where if you do. If you get better money, if you go into distribution, if you distribute things like Pampers, things like wipes, things like chin chin, things like just name anything where they fast moving. Where we say if they sell in volume, Maggi, salt, people they eat all these things every blessed day, right? So if you get better money, if you decide to open a store, become a sub-distributor to one of all these products, and then put a sales gear there because you get a primary job. Maybe you work for Shell, you work for Chevron, or you work for anywhere where they pay you well. If you decide to put somebody there, one of the reasons why they recommend this trading aspect. Now say now inventory. If now 5 days the store before, now 5 days there. If you come for evening, you go check your stock. If this person say sell 1, you go see 4 left over. Again, risks day, but you just need experiences to navigate or to understand the business model and to feel manage that stuff so that you don't steal from
it. Before you continue, I get one. I was in a tricycle, as we call it, keke one day. Yeah. I can't hear some young boys. They maybe he meets money, so maybe he go do job, he can't get money. I hear and they talk of him friend. The friend they points one, perhaps electronic business. I gather say blessing electronic, but I don't know the exact type. But it tells say the business is very risky. If you know understand that, you put money enter, you go just flop. Yes. So when they tell in fellow for inside the keke, then tell the fellow saying he knows so many product lines say make it go into that business, say the business they move. And say so he can't say before he enter, with God will save and say he get friend we don't try and before. So the guy put big money. He opened the shop. Say the thing no take 1 year, the shop closed down. Yes. Say the thing gets skills and like secrets when they use to do the business, the job. For somebody like that, when say get handwork, he get waiting he go do. Sometimes he go just make some small palling. So you can't say, okay, I cannot be doing this thing all the days of my life. I should look for something to put it in, all that. And say, our people for sabi this apprentice thing. Yes. So they no sabi go, as we call them for Igbo, what do they call the people the motivators, they motivate. Like mentors, mentee. We don't know the mentee process. Right. And what we talk about CB, people are looking for fast things. Yes. And nobody wants to work for you for years. Yes. And you are giving the person peanuts. When the person is looking at that, even if I go streets, I will get A, get B. Yes. What do you advise this set of people to do?
Okay, so if this set of people now, they're the service people.
Yes.
So viewers, if you get one thing where you want to take from this thing, that first thing where I talk about, say, when you talk about entrepreneurship, the individual first and the problem they are solving second. So now that thing I want to answer this question. Make me say, for example, as you meet that person now when you talk about electronics or electrical business and the flop, you need to understand, say, 2 things or 2 major things that will cause the flop. Many things do, but 2 major things. One of them now say they don't get experience in that electrical sector or business. Yes. And the second thing, they say they don't get control. I give you an example. Maybe you sell electronics, but you don't know anything about the business. If I come now, I won't wire my house. I don't also know anything about the business. And I need strong wire where we carry AC. I need strong wire where we carry water heater. If you recommend something wrong to me, if you know if you specify the dimensions well for me, if I buy it from your hand and I take it to my electrician can't go do what? Because I no, not the wrong thing you don't buy. I can't return it to you, you rejected it. At the end of the day, the person who set up that business will lose customers because he no really get knowledge about the business. Right? Okay. So if that person get knowledge about the business, make me say, for example, which is the second thing I will recommend you be an electrician. You don't get store before, you are just an electrician. And you can't hit one major contract where maybe they say you wire hotel or maybe you wire somewhere where they give you big money. Do you know that from there you will start your own electrical store? Because you see, service jobs, they always come constantly. If you come this month, next month, if you don't get any job, the other month you will get, the other one if you don't get any job. And if you don't plan yourself well, you will find that you always be broke. Yes. So one of the ways to constantly make money is to sell products, right? As an electrician, if you sell products, you can find that the 2 businesses will complement each other. So if you be an electrician before you can set up an electrical store, it go hard for that store to fall. Okay. And one of the reasons why, in fact, if you set up a store, you will find that people will come there, tell you what they want to do. You go go market your services to them. Yes. I'm an electrician now, if you do one for you, even though you don't get electrician will help you fix them. Right? So and this is applicable to any sector. If you know say you get experience, you be bricklayer, you be carpenter, you be electrician, you be which other skill dey there, vulcanizer,
Yeah.
you just name it. You can start up a product line in line with the fields that you are functioning in. So the two go dey service each other.
If I be area boy wey dey scatter, if he
Yes.
serve as person wey dey go retrieve loans for people.
Yes, funny enough, if you be say, if you discuss with people, say, oh, two things. I don't know whether they say they do them again. Bank one time they do verification of address.
Yes.
You know, if you be somebody where they go verify address, if you be somebody where they help people to recover loans, and that's fine. See, one thing you go understand, the area boys get experience. So now remember again the individual.
Yes.
That's in the he get experience. In that area boy, if you be saying that keke they terrorize.
Yes.
If you be say na market women they terrorize. But as in they go that environment, if they know whether keke they profitable,
Yes.
if they know whether this person where they sell onions, you know everything they say, anytime where they come and so sit down, they sit down.
Yes.
But this person where they sell Maggi, they sell where. Because anytime where I come and they notice say people they always sit there. So these guys also get experience where they will feel leverage on to say, man, for this my area boy work what I do since I notice this person. For business, we they say crowding. Somebody spots a unique niche and decide to serve that niche. Another person see and say, if let's say this guy get very large market share, we can set up this kind of business, we can collect more from customers.
Yes.
Right? So area bots also they get experience for that place where they tell you go the Wala people, where they see every day. In fact, if you even ask them about some of the business, every time say this one, say how much they make. This one because they get access to some kind of funny information, maybe from the people workers, maybe from the other fellow people there where they also they gossip together. And that information that they prey on the people that they oppress, right? So that information now they feel that they better themselves in form of setting up something along that line.
Yes. Una dey hear am so. You no get anybody wey no fit do something when they long term. One we'll call like a businessman. If we put all of them together for one box, we'll say an investor. Nobody will say, for this state, you know, get what person will do, you stop. You know, we thank you, Mr. Alfred Ukani, for as you they break all these things, they come down for us. Before we continue, we still dey station, no fear. You know they go anywhere. Before we continue, we'll go market first. Wait for us.
Are you a client in need of top-notch freelancers? WAFFI Network is your go-to platform. You need a web developer, graphic designer, content writer, or marketing expert. We've got you covered. Quality assurance. We meticulously screen our freelancers to ensure they meet our high standards of excellence. You'll find top-tier professionals who are passionate about delivering outstanding results. Our user-friendly interface makes it easy for you to communicate, share files, and track project progress, ensuring your vision is translated flawlessly into reality. Secure and reliable, our platform provides a safe environment for transaction, timely delivery. With WAFFI Network, you can trust that your project will be completed within the agreed upon time frame. Thousands of freelancers across various industries. You will have the freedom to find the perfect match for your project. Join WAFFI Network today as a client and unlock a world of possibilities. Visit www.waffinetwork.com to get started.
Delta and discourse, and we're still talking on Delta economy. Still with us is Mr. Alfred Ukani, our business consultant for today. He's an agric economist, the founder of Shuvek Industry Limited or Agric Business Limited. I keep mixing the agro services. Yes, I keep missing it. Sorry for that. We've been with him and he's been dissecting what it is we could do to start up as an entrepreneur here. You know now, every man now for himself. The answer your own papa name. We're looking at how to build our own businesses. How do these businesses thrive in Warri? Okay, for potential investors, before we round up, what are the likely challenges he would find on ground, especially within Warri and its environment as a business person?
So, as a business person, one of the challenges we say, he may likely face human resource problem.
Okay.
Yes. Adequate, qualified people, perfect fit for the job who are skilled and experienced for it. So if you want to invest in any sector, if you find that say, yes, you get the idea, you get the business model, but the right team to work with you, if you don't really get them, where we fit deliver that.
As you are saying this, it just sounding like we don't have adequate people here. Is it that we don't, or that business people do not know the right source to ask for? Because we have a lot of unemployed people or underemployed people within the state.
Yes, we do, but you see this employment thing now very big conversation. You get people where we say for employment level that they employable. You get some people where they employable but they will need more training. You get some people where we say that they employable, they don't need too much supervision, they will fit deliver on the job.
Yeah.
Right? So what they try to talk now, we say for investors, when they come to worry, they bring innovative businesses to worry. One of the likely challenge where they will fit face, truthfully, now say they feel not get enough human resources to help them drive their investment. So they will need to be patient to identify the ones where their skill they close to what they want and build their skill to what they want so that they will fit drive that investment.
Yes. That's one of the challenges.
So that's one of the challenges.
Yeah.
Meaning you are going to spend time developing their skills,
yeah.
Yes, to be able to deliver on your KPIs.
From businesses you've seen around, do we follow this model of, there have been great talks on putting Nigerians in businesses, whatever company, whatever it is, that local content area. Yes. Do we have that, or do we still have that challenge? Or are people still going the route that we do not have enough qualified Nigerians to handle certain things and go with bringing expert outside?
Well, some multinationals do. Some multinationals do. All their top management staff is foreigners.
Well, thank you. It's nice having you here. Just give us your final thoughts, maybe an advice to upcoming business people.
All right. So for me, like I said earlier, remember that you are a person you have an experience in your life, and that experience is worth money. It is worth something. So any problem you think you can solve, look at the experience you have and drive that problem in line with that experience. Don't do anything when you don't get control over, or anything when you don't get knowledge about. You will go well at the end of the day.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for being impactful to my audience. Una don't hear am. Una no say na for this station now they get all and all. They give una inside as it be. I know say you dey see me for your TV for a free-to-air decoder, or you are on a social media platform. If you dey watch me for YouTube, if you dey watch me for our Facebook, or you dey on our website, you dey watch www.waffitv.com. Anywhere they see me or you dey follow, or you dey our app, they watch us when you find for Google. Remember, say we still dey live on all these ones, we still dey function. I remain your host, Ifeoma Ogbuoke. Remain blessed till I come your way again next time.